Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody who's in the class here today, parents and students alike. Welcome to term 4 of the G1 online classes, the Talimul-Quran classes. And we're going to start straight away. I will choose a young tifl to come and read an opening dua with me. I'm going to call him out by his ID. A1193. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, darling. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Well done, mashallah. Okay then, so you have the honor of being the very first student to read the opening dua with us today. So what we're going to do is whenever we start a class, we always go and seek help from Allah and ask Him to help us to learn to untie any knots in our tongues so that we can speak easily. And we always turn to Allah for help. And when we're going to learn how to read the Quran Majid, Quranic Arabic, it's no different. So we always start the class with an opening dua. And today, the dua that we're going to use is on your screen in front of you. My cursor is just going underneath it here now, okay? What I will do is I will start off reading it, and if you could follow with me, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And if you can also follow along with us, please. Okay then. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, well done, mashallah. Okay then, so let me take it a little bit slower, okay? So can you see my little hand pointing underneath? Yeah. Okay, so as I read, I'll move along, okay? So you can see where I am. Everybody else, as I read, and the young people will follow behind me, all of you also read as well. Rabbish.
Rabbish.
Rahli.
Rahli.
Sadari.
Sadari.
Mashallah, very nice. One more time, okay? Rabbish rahli.
Rabbish rahli.
Sadari.
Sadari.
Well done, mashallah. Wayassir.
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 Li.
Li.
Amri.
Amri.
Well done. One more time. Wayassir li.
Wayassir li.
Amri.
Amri.
Well done, mashallah. That was very, very nice reading. Okay. The English translation is underneath. Sweetheart, would you mind reading the English translation for me?
Lord, expand my mind and make my task easy for me.
Mashallah, very nice. And can you see what's written at the end there? Can you read that out also?
Taha 26-27.
Mashallah, very nice. And do you know what this is? Taha 26 to 27. It's okay if you don't.
Say, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're here to teach, so I will explain. This dua, you can find it in the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran has many chapters, 114 altogether. One of them is called Taha. And within Taha, there are lots of verses. And in verses 26 to 27, you will find this dua. Maybe later on, your mums and your dads, you can ask them to show you in the Holy Quran where it is, okay? And that would be something quite nice for you to do. Okay. Okay then, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah for helping me there with the dua. Your reading was very, very nice, mashallah. And I will now just put you back onto mute, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Allah Hafiz, sweetheart.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, so mashallah, we have a very nice attendance here today. And as this is our opening class of the term, what we're going to do is follow a slightly different format to normal. Today we'll have an orientation session in which I will go through and explain certain procedures that you may or may not already know how to do. But just to bring everybody up to speed, we're going to go through certain procedures such as how to log in correctly, how to download lessons, how to access class recordings, and some other general etiquettes that we're going to follow. Before we do all of that, we have our head teacher in the classroom today, and he will give, inshallah, an opening introductory talk so that everybody here is welcomed properly into the new term. Okay, so I'm just going to make Hafizab the host. Okay, Hafizab, you have the mic.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, good. So, okay, alhamdulillah, you have started class very well and introduction was being made. I won't take much time, and especially because I cannot share the screen, maybe. So, I'd just like to welcome all our teachers, the main teachers, support teachers, and the students and their parents. By the grace of Allah, this is our fourth course, 12-week course of G1, and similar is inshallah will be repeated at 7 o'clock for G2. Now, as we know that the maximum capacity of this class G1 or G2 is 95, so we have taken 95 on board, and I think more than 50 are present here. Maybe they will join us, but alhamdulillah, it is very healthy that our students, the parents and children, they wait for this program. And this is the second in this year, 2018. It was started in 2017, and every 12 weeks, twice a year, it is arranged and conducted. So apart from myself in the team, we have day teachers. They are 10 in total because this is our class from Monday to Friday. So every day, one main teacher, potential teacher, takes the responsibility. And from these 10 day teachers, we have 2 in charges. One is for G1 classes, whom, the honorable lady who was giving introduction just some minutes before. And then we have another in charge for G2. So basically 10 day teachers, then we have sport teachers. This is also around 10 sport teachers. Then we have in charge of presentation. From time to time, you will be given presentations as well to enrich and boost your knowledge and awareness about the Quran. And then we have external examiners, because in this term or in this course, at least 2 times you will be tested, you will be examined from an external examiner. Then we have non-teaching staff. One is the attendance supervisor. From time to time, that person will log in and monitor the attendance, because it is very, very important that our students, they log in, they attend on time and leave on time, and make sure that then if they are unable to attend the class for any reason, for any genuine reason, they should know the in charge, let us know that what is the reason, so that they are not marked absent, but a authorized absent, authorized unattending. And then we have IT supervisor. who will be looking after anything related to IT issues. So inshallah ta'ala, I hope that this course will run very smoothly, very proficiently, as we do in the previous three courses. And today is 1st October. Inshallah ta'ala, the last class will be on 21st December, 2018. And as I mentioned in my previous courses, that there are 4 pillars of this course, and every pillar should be taking its responsibility in full to make this course very successful. First of all is the child, who is the attendee of this course, and he or she was facilitated and supported by his or her parent, because they filled in the form and they received the emails and all other managements. So students, parents, and then the teachers, the teaching panel, day teachers, sport teachers, the whole teaching panel. And the fourth is very, very important on top of that, and that is the institution of prayer, meaning that the student should be giving their full 100%. I mean, they would be interestingly and very attentively, dedicatedly, devotedly taking part in these classes. And parents should be able to look after the needs of their children, meaning they should facilitate this learning. They should monitor that child, the student, attends this class on time and leaves until the last time when the class finishes, and they remain seated there. At least one of them, they should remain there seated there, because they need to help their child with regards to the revision and the homework, especially for G2 classes, when we have a HIFS class there basically. So parents input, daily input, and monitoring and facilitating and helping and encouragement to their child is very, very important. So everyone should also be making sure that they should complete the course, and on top of everything, prayer. All students and their parents are requested to write a letter for prayers, at least one to Huzur Aqdas, for the success of this course, and that may Allah enable all of us to discharge our responsibilities in the best possible manner, and may Allah accept it with His great grace and bounties. So it will be, inshallah ta'ala, very, very good, and will get Allah's blessings to this program. And then if you go to our website, which is www.nqc.org.uk, nqc.org.uk, I think the student, especially but in particular our parents, they know about this website because they fill in the application form there. And there is one video clip is available where Amir Sahib has inaugurated the program when very first program in 2017 it was started. It is a standing instruction and words of wisdom and encouragement to all of us. So you can go there, and also keep going and visiting this website and the background, the sister website, which is Talimul-Quran.org.uk, to download the either audio files or PDF, so that you are along with the course material. So this was only my brief introduction, which I wanted to say now, and I pray that all of you take maximum benefit of this course, and along the lines, if you have any suggestion, any comment, any point you like to make, please let us know through email, or inshallah ta'ala we are going to make a WhatsApp group as well for G1 WhatsApp group and for G2, so that any question could be asked related to the course and program and could be answered there and then, and similar other issues only related to strictly related to the program. So with this brief, I like give mic back to the in charge G1, and they could carry on the program according to their schedule. They would start their learning program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakumullah to our head teacher for that lovely introductory talk. Okay, so let's now get on, and for the rest of the lesson we will go through some procedures. The first thing that we'll do is something that many of you have already done today, but we'll go through and show you how to do it properly. Okay, and the first thing you're going to do every day when you come into the classroom is actually to log on, and you're going to log on using the Zoom app, and you'll be either on a tablet, an iPad, occasionally you might be using your phone, ideally you'll be on a laptop or a PC. Okay, but the procedure is essentially the same on all of them. It varies only slightly from Apple devices to Android, but the essential procedure is the same. And it's very important that you do log on properly with your correct IDs. So every day when you're going to log on, you need to go to the device you're going to be using, and you need to click on the Zoom icon that you'll have on there. And once you've clicked on it, you'll come up with this screen that you can see a screenshot of here, okay? And on the screen, you will see that there are a couple of options: join meeting, sign in. What you need to do is join a meeting. Click on join a meeting. Once you've done that, you will be then taken to the next screen, which looks like this, okay? There will be a box which says meeting ID or personal link name, and then another box in which it may be blank or it may have something written in it. It may be Ahmed's iPhone, it could be G1 Galaxy Tab, it could be a name, it could be all sorts of things. What needs to be in this box is your ID, okay? Nothing else other than your ID. And it's very simple to put it in. What you do is you highlight whatever's written on there, and having highlighted it, you then type in an ID. Now, you will all have received an ID. If you're a member of Atfal, your ID will begin with the letter A, a capital A, and it will be followed by 4 digits, okay? There will be no spaces. It will be a 9999 maybe, or 1111. Whatever your ID is, that's what you need to type in here. If you don't know your ID, look in the email box that you used to apply for the course. You will have received an email, and in that email you will have been given an ID. That's what needs to be written in this box. Once you've typed it in, you'll have to go to these 3 check boxes, and just make sure that there's a tick on all of them, okay? Turn off my video, don't connect to audio, remember my name for future meetings. It'll make the whole process much smoother and much easier for you when you next log in. Once you've clicked on those, you'll find that you then have to type in something here, and this is the meeting ID. Again, you will have been given this in an email that you were sent, okay? And it will have 3 digits, another 3 digits, and another 3 digits. You type those in. Once you've done all of those things, okay, typed in the meeting ID, your own personal ID, you've clicked these checkboxes. This box here suddenly will light up in a blue, okay? It'll become highlighted and you'll be able to click it. And that's exactly what you do. You click on it. Having clicked on it, you'll then be taken to this screen. Please enter the meeting password. Again, the password will be something that you will have received in the email. You type in the password and then you click join. Having done that, you'll come up with this screen, which will be only for a brief time. It shows you that you're in the process of connecting to your classroom. And just bear with it, and then suddenly you'll find that this screen will come up. You have to finish your registration to join the meeting. Your ID will already be there. What you need to put in here is the email address that you used when you applied to the course, okay? Only that email. Don't put in any other email. We won't be able to recognize it in that case. Once you've put in your email address, and it is important that you use the email that you applied to us with, because that's how we'll monitor your attendance. Once you've typed that in, this will light up and you click join meeting. Once you've done that, you'll come up with this screen, and then you essentially just wait and bear with it, okay? The teacher is setting up a classroom and she will be aware that students are waiting to enter the classroom. And just bear with it, she'll admit you in due course, okay? Now, that's how to log in correctly. It's very important to use your correct ID, your correct email, the correct meeting ID. As I said earlier, you will be able to find all of that information in an email that was sent to you. If you've are having some trouble locating that, not a problem. I will give you a contact address that you can contact us on and we can help you, okay? Now, that was a lot of information that I just gave you, but not to worry, because we've got a short video on our YouTube channel that you can go to and watch the whole process of how to log in properly. And you basically go to YouTube, and in the search bar, you type in nqc.org.uk into the search bar. And when you click on it, you'll be taken to this setting where various lessons that we do from previous terms have been uploaded. And you will find how to join Zoom using mobile device. At the moment, it's right at the top. It's the very first thing that you can click on, okay? But as we go further into the course, you may have to hunt it out. But click on that, okay? And then you'll be taken through a short video, which will tell you exactly how to log in properly, okay? So if you didn't catch all of the information I just gave, that's an easier way for you to go to and then to learn how to do it, okay? Now, I've been talking for a few moments. Let me just call Atfal, A1192 to the mic. Assalamu alaikum. Atfal, A1192. Okay, let me find somebody else. Atfal, A1198. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, darling. Did you hear everything that I said just now?
Yes.
Okay, well done. Sometimes we have some technical issues and the sound occasionally disappears. So we always like to check with our students. And did you understand what I said?
Yes.
Okay, well done. Okay, that's what I like to hear, mashallah. Okay, then, jazakumullah, sweetheart, for your help. And I'll put you back onto mute and I'll move on. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay. Okay, so that's how to log in properly using your correct ID. The next thing that I need to show you is how to download lessons. Okay, every day we will be using PDFs and our lessons will appear on your screens. Now, when the lessons are finished, you may want to practice. In fact, you will have to practice in order to make sure that you consolidate everything that we've taught you. And for that, you will need the lessons. And you need to download those lessons of our website. And I'm now going to show you how to download the lessons. Okay. So what you do is you go to the internet and you go to our website, which is nqc.org.uk. Okay. And once you have clicked on it, you'll be taken to the website, and this is the screen that you will come and see. Okay. You have an option on the bar across the top, downloads. You have to click on downloads. Once you've clicked on downloads, you get taken to this page. And what you need to do as G1 students is go to this very top option, Tashilul-Quran lessons G1. And you need to click on those ones because you're G1 students. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. And whichever lesson that you want to download, you click on it. In this case, I've highlighted the very first lesson, which is recognition of dots. You click on that, and then what you'll find is that this screen will pop up. Okay. Now at this point, you may think that you've downloaded the lesson, but you haven't. All you've done is accessed the document. What you need to do is you need to go to this little box here, okay, this little arrow which is inside of this little page icon, and you need to click on that. That is what will allow you to download this document onto your device. Once you've done that, you'll see this page. Again, once you see this page, you may think that you've downloaded it, but the process isn't complete, okay? This is still not on your computer as yet. When you see this page though, what you do is you take your mouse and you go down towards the bottom of the page, and then you start sort of like just moving your mouse around. And as you do, you'll find that all of a sudden, this little box will appear for you, okay? Once that appears, you click on the download button that's here, okay? And I'll just show you in the next screen. You click on the download option. Once you've clicked that, that's when you've actually downloaded the document. And then you'll have that particular lesson on your device. Okay, now that's for the Talimul-Quran lessons for G1. You can do all of the lessons that way. We also have prayers that are available to download. We used one of the documents earlier when we started the class, the opening dua, okay? They're also available to download. It's quite important that you download those and also print those off. When you download those, it's a slightly different procedure, okay? You still click on prayers before starting learning and teaching the Holy Quran. You click on that, okay? And you'll get taken to a page which shows you the document. But on this particular page, there's no option at the top to download. But that's not a problem. What you do is you just go towards the bottom of the page and you hover, and then this little menu will pop up, okay? And when that's popped up, you click on the download button there. And then you'll have that document on your device. Okay, so once you've done all of your downloads, okay, you go to your download section on your PC, and then you find the lesson that you've downloaded. And the best thing to do is to create a folder and then to place all of the lessons into that folder so you've got them all in one place. Okay, so every time you want to do your homework, you know where to go. You can open up the relevant lesson and you can practice. If you prefer, you can print those lessons as well. Okay, so that's essentially how you download. Now, just a little bit of advice. This course is a book, the Nqc book. Okay, this book is available if you can get hold of it. I know that the copies were running low, but if you can get hold of it, you should be able to get hold of it from the Jamaat bookshop in Battle, or you can talk to your local publication secretary to see if they can get hold of a copy for you. This is what it's called. It costs roughly £3, so it's not particularly expensive. And all of the downloads that you can do are all within this book. In fact, it would be cheaper if you buy the book than if you to download and print. So that's another option that you've got to buy the book. But whichever one you do, it's very important, the dua, the pages which have the dua written on them, we want you to download them and print them and always have them with you at the beginning of the class, because we expect you to practice on those dua whilst you're waiting. We expect that by practicing every day, essentially after a few weeks, you will have memorized many of those dua. And then by the end of the course, you will have memorized them all. And so it's quite important that for the dua, you do print off those pages and always have them at hand. Okay, so that's essentially how to download lessons onto your PC. Again, that's a lot of information that I've just given you, and you may be thinking, oh, there's too much for us to remember, but not to worry. All of our lessons are recorded and they're available for you to go back to and to view. And so you can catch up with something if you've not quite fully understood. And the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to access class recordings. And so if there's anything today that you want to sort of revisit, you can access that class recording. Usually by the end of the evening, it'll be available. So you'll be able to go back to it and have a view. Okay, now before I show you how to access class recordings, let me call a young Nasirat to the mic. And let me see if N1274. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Alhamdulillah. How are you, darling?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Are you enjoying the lesson so far?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of information that we're giving out, but this is quite important information. Did you hear everything that I said?
Yes.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Okay. Well done. Okay then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you off the mic now and I will move on and show you how to access the class recordings. Jazakumullah for your help, sweetheart.
Okay.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to accessing class recordings. Okay, so if you've got a pen and a piece of paper, this is quite an important one because you probably will want to revisit this class later on. So just take a note of how I'm taking you through the different steps. On the internet, just go to our website, nqc.org.uk. Okay, once you're on our website, this is the home page. This is what you'll see. What you do is on the option which it says class recordings, click on class. Okay, yes, you go to class recordings and what you find is that you don't need to click. You have to hover over this particular box here. And when you hover, you'll find a drop-down box will suddenly appear. And what you want to do is you want to click on G1 classes because you're G1 students. Okay, once you've clicked on G1 classes, you'll find 3 other options turn up. Now in previous terms, as the head teacher said, this is our 4th term. We've got the recordings of our previous sessions also available. So at the moment, if you were to go onto that particular menu, this is what you would get. So later on this evening, possibly tomorrow, today's class will have been recorded and uploaded, and you'll find that that will be an option for you to go to. So what you do is you click on the term that you want to listen to. In this case, I'm clicking on the last term, which was earlier this year. Once you've clicked on it, you get taken to this page, and you will find all of the lessons that have been taught so far and recorded and uploaded, and you can click on any of those and you'll be able to listen to that class again. You've also got the option of subscribing to our YouTube channel, okay, Nqc UK. And if you subscribe to it, it's always a good idea to press the notification bell button as well. And then that way, every time something is uploaded, you'll be aware that something new has gone onto the website. And it's not just our lessons, lots of things get uploaded, so it's worth having that downloaded. Okay, so that's essentially how you access our class recordings. So if you want to revisit today's class and catch up with anything that you didn't quite fully grasp, that's how to do it. Okay, so now let me call a young Nasirat again. Let me call N1294. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. N1294.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, darling. How are you?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Are you enjoying the lesson so far?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got your mum and your dad, somebody with you?
Yes.
Okay, that's good, because that's actually quite important. If parents are sitting with you, they can help you if something happens to your laptop. They can also help you if you haven't quite understood something, because your parents, generally speaking, will know how to read the Grammar G. So whilst we're teaching, when you're practicing at home, if you just start, they'll be able to help you. So it's very important that your parents do sit with you. And if your parents are very busy, maybe they're at work and they haven't quite got home, you know, an older brother or a sister, an uncle or an auntie, a grandparent, anybody who's older than you that can sit with you, you know, do encourage them to sit with you. Always sit with someone, okay? Okay. Okay, sweetheart, thank you so much. Jazakumullah for your help, and okay. Okay, so now we've done the login procedure, we've done the downloading lessons procedure, and I've just shown you how to access class recordings. Contact details. If you find that there's something that you can't quite get to grips with, okay, if you've got any query, if you've got any problem, any issue whatsoever, okay, this is our email address, info@nqc.org.uk. Anything, okay, anything that you're concerned about, please, please, please send an email in to us. We are spending a lot of our time and energy very, very happily, very, very willingly. The team is extremely dedicated, but they're putting in a lot of time because they're very committed to making sure that they teach the children how to read. And what we don't want is for somebody who's struggling with anything to sit there and struggle in silence. Send us an email, tell us what the issue is, and if we can possibly help, we will, okay? So any problems, any queries whatsoever, don't feel shy. We're here to help, we're here to teach. We want to use our time wisely and effectively. So do contact us on that email address. Again, if you find that you can't find your ID, you don't know what the meeting ID is, you've lost it, you know, anything, just send an email and we'll be able to help you. And inshallah, we'll do that quite quickly. Okay, so we're now coming to the last quarter of an hour, and what I'm going to do is go through a quite important presentation about etiquettes. All of you are sitting at home. Some of you will be in your kitchen with a laptop there. Some of you will be in a sitting room. Some of you in your bedroom. You know, you're at home. So you may think that you're not in a classroom. And what I want to impress upon you is that you must treat this course as if you are going to a school, okay? Treat it as if you're going to a classroom and there's a teacher there. Just because you can't see her, just because your classroom is somewhere in your home, doesn't mean to say that your manners should relax. In fact, because it's the Quran Majid that we're leading towards, your manners should be a little bit higher. So we're going to have this short presentation. It's quite important that you pay attention. We are going to be together for the next 12 weeks, 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Okay, and that's a fairly long time. And we want that to be a happy time. We want to make a really good relationship with each other, so that everything that the teachers do makes a difference to your life, and everything that you're learning makes a difference to your life. And if you're learning, then we're also learning, and we bounce off each other. We want this to be a happy relationship. So we're just going to set some rules and some boundaries, and these are quite important that you understand, okay? So I've used a big fancy word, etiquettes, etiquettes of the classroom. Etiquettes just means manners, okay? So these are the manners that we expect you to have when you're in our classroom. Before you start the class, before you come and log in, okay, we want you to do wuzu. And this is quite important. If you think about it, when you go and read namaz, when you offer your salah, you do wuzu. You make sure that you're clean, you're washed, because you're going to worship your creator. You're going to pray to Allah, and you have to be in wuzu. On this course, you're learning how to read the Quran Majid, which are Allah's words. When you're reading Allah's words, you are also worshipping Allah. So it makes sense that you're in wuzu when you're doing that as well. And although you're still learning, everything that we use to teach you comes from the Quran Majid. The letters, the strokes, the words, they all are coming from the Quran Majid. So you need to get into the habit of making sure that you're in wuzu. Brush your teeth before you come in. This is quite important. The Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was very, very particular about keeping his teeth clean. We do impress on you to brush your teeth before you come into the class. And of course, once you've cleaned your teeth, don't eat whilst you're in the classroom, okay? You wouldn't eat when you're reading namaz. You wouldn't eat when you're in school. Don't eat in the classroom either. Pay attention to what the teacher is saying. If you get thirsty, drink some water. Don't bring fizzy drinks or hot drinks, just water in case you get thirsty. Clean clothing. We would like you to wear clean clothing. Again, you may think, we're fine. We don't need to get changed. But if you were to go and visit your aunts or your uncles or some friends, of the family, you wouldn't go out wearing dirty clothes. You'd make sure that you were washed, you brushed your hair, that you were clean and presentable, and that you had nice clothes on. When you come to read the Quran Majid, when you come to learn the Quran Majid, you're coming towards Allah. If you're going to dress up nicely for friends and family, you should definitely dress up nicely for Allah, okay? So we want you to wear clean clothes. Make sure you sit in a quiet place. If you're in school and the teaching, you wouldn't have lots of noise around whilst the teacher was teaching. So we expect you to sit in a place which is quiet. So if you have lots of younger siblings and you're able to go and sit in your bedroom, that's fine, okay? It should be somewhere where you can hear the teacher, you can hear whichever student has been given the mic, and you can concentrate. If you are finding it really difficult to find a place to sit down and, where it's quiet, encourage everybody who's making noises to come and sit with you and watch the screen with you, and impress upon them how it's important for them to be quiet. It doesn't matter how old they are. If they've got the ability to stay quiet, they can sit with you, and they may also learn whilst you're learning. Okay, so make everybody a part of what you're doing as well. It's very important that you are in a quiet place. When we give the mic to a student, whatever noise is going on in the background will come through onto the computer, and the teacher will hear it, and the whole of the classroom will hear it. And sometimes we just can't teach that child because we can't hear the child, and the child can't hear us. So do make sure that you've got a quiet place to sit. And as I just said, a parent being present is really, really important. It's a very, very nice bonding time for a mom or a dad to sit with their daughter or their son whilst they're learning one of the most important, well, in fact, the most important thing that they're going to learn, how to read the Quran Majid. And as your parents do know, how to read. They may not necessarily know how to teach you, which is why you're on the course, but they will know almost certainly how to read. If you get stuck, they'll be able to help you, okay? And so do make sure that somebody's with you. Your mum and your dad is ideal, but if not, an aunt or uncle, older brother or sister, it's not a problem. Somebody should be sitting with you. If you're a young Nasirat, you should have a scarf on your head. And if you're a young Tifl, you should be wearing a topi or a cap. Your heads should be covered. Okay. Punctuality. We have 1 hour per day to teach, and we like to use the entire hour to teach. There's a format that we follow. We do a certain amount of procedure at the beginning, we do a certain amount of teaching, and then we like to get students onto the mic so that they can practice with us, as many as we can possibly can. So we are very strict. We always try to start the class at 6 o'clock on the dot. So that means that you have to be ready with your computer all set up, and you're logged in, and you're waiting for the teacher to admit you to the classroom. And you should actually be ready a good 5 to 10 minutes early. And in fact, if you try and log in about 10 minutes early, you'll probably find that you'll have a screen that the teacher has put up. You'll be in the classroom, no one will be talking to you, but the teacher will admit you. As the head teacher said, that there's the best part of 100 students on this course. So to admit them, to make sure that they've got their right IDs, and just to physically admit them into the classroom takes some time. So if you are one of the early ones, you're guaranteed to get into the class so that when the teacher starts at 6 o'clock, you will benefit from that full hour. Please be punctual. Enter with the correct ID. This week, we will be slightly easy because everybody's still coming into the classroom and they get into grips with the whole procedure. But Friday will be our cutoff point. By Friday, you will need to know how to log in correctly. As I've said, there's an email address. You can email in with any problems or issues you've got, and we can try and help and supply you with all the information that you need. From Monday, if you are trying to get into the classroom with your name or some other ID, you simply won't be admitted. We've had lots of problems in the past where people haven't got their correct IDs. We're going to be very strict on that. Also, when you enter, videos and audios should be off. Remember, there were 3 check boxes in the login document that I showed you. You must switch off your videos, you must switch off your audio. When you are going to be given the mic, the teacher will unmute you, but the video must be off. If you leave your video on, what happens is that you suddenly appear on the screen of the teacher, and in fact, you appear on everybody else's screen that's in the classroom. So that's 100 different houses that whatever you're doing will go to, which is not necessarily the wisest thing to do. And as a teacher and as a student, it's really distracting when you're trying to concentrate on learning and you're watching the screen and suddenly somebody's video comes on. Please make sure that your video is switched off. Again, that's all part of the login procedure, which I explained earlier on. And if you need any more help on that, go to the YouTube channel, as I explained. And if you've forgotten that, you can always go back to the class recordings and see what the procedure was. Okay, so during the class, listen to the teacher. Now, during the class, the teacher will teach for a short period of time. And then whatever she's saying, if she's reading in Arabic, you are to follow what she's saying, okay? We are going to teach you, inshallah, how to read Quranic Arabic. But this is not going to be something that you just read inside of your head. You're going to be reading it out loud. So you need to be able to work your tongue, your lips, your teeth in such a way that you can make the sounds. And you can only do that if you practice out loud. So when the teacher reads something in Arabic, you follow at home. If you've been given the mic, you will be listened to directly by the teacher. But if you've not been given the mic, you are still being taught. Okay, the teacher is still teaching and you can follow at home. When somebody else has been given the mic and the teacher is listening to them, listen to how that particular student has read and listen to how that teacher then gives feedback to that student. Because the chances are, if that student has read something slightly incorrectly, and of course, most of you will because you're learning, then that teacher will explain to that child how to read it properly. But if that one child is not able to read it properly, chances are a lot of other children also can't read properly. So whatever feedback she gives to that child will apply to almost everybody else as well. So just because you haven't got the mic doesn't mean to say you're not being taught. The teachers are trained to make sure that the feedback that they give is in such a way that everybody can benefit. Don't mentally switch off just because you haven't got the mic. Okay, the teacher is aware that you're there and she will be teaching everybody. Okay, and during the course, we will endeavor to use some Arabic terms. And most of them you will have heard, but I just wanted to go through and explain what their meanings are. Often you'll hear a teacher say, Inshallah. When you say Inshallah, what you're doing is you're pointing to a future intention. Inshallah, I will attend every single class. Inshallah, I'll arrive on time. Inshallah, I will learn by the end of the course. Okay, so that's what Inshallah means. Jazakillah, may Allah reward you. If you are speaking to a young girl or to a woman, Jazakillah is the way to say it, okay? Jazakillah. If you are speaking to a young boy or a man, Jazakallah. Okay, there is a difference between the two. You don't say Jazakillah to a man or a boy. You don't say Jazakallah to a girl or a woman. Jazakumullah, that's another phrase that you'll often hear us say. That's used when you're speaking to a group. So if there's a mixed group, you can say Jazakumullah. But often when you're speaking to an elder, it's just a sign of respect, Jazakumullah. So these are some terms that you'll hear during the course. Now, most people commonly say these terms as a way of saying thank you. And in fact, there's nothing wrong with that. But these are nicer phrases than just thank you, because if you can see, may Allah reward you, you're bringing a dua aspect into it. You're bringing Allah into it. So when you say Jazakumullah, it means so much more than just a simple thank you. So when you hear these phrases, okay, that's what they mean. And when you are speaking to the teacher, all our teachers at the moment are female. So Jazakillah from everybody would be the appropriate thing, or Jazakumullah. Okay? Stay for the entire class, please. Okay? At the end, there's certain things that we do, the end dua. We want you to stay. You wouldn't leave a classroom at school until the teacher's given you permission to leave. The same thing applies in this particular classroom. We expect you to stay until the teacher has dismissed you. At the end of the class, you will be assigned some homework. You ought to note it down and to do the homework. Simple as that. And at the weekends, you will be given some revision, which will reinforce everything that you've been learning during the course of the week. Make sure you do your homework, make sure you do your revision. And if you follow all of those rules, inshallah, you will succeed. Okay, so now that comes to the end of the presentations that I wanted to do today. And we are now going to go to our end dua, and I'm going to call somebody to the mic. Let me call Atfal A1190. Assalamu alaikum. Atfal A1190. Okay. Having some difficulty on that one. Okay, so not to worry. What I'm going to do is we started by asking Allah for help. We're going to end also by asking Allah for help. So I'm going to read this dua, and I would like everybody at home to follow. Okay? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allahumma arhamni bil Qur'anil azim. Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran. And we will stop there Inshallah, we will see you promptly at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Jazakumullah for your attendance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.